you're
Okay, we're
on
live.
TV.
Now that we've dealt with the technical issues, I'll call this regular meeting of the Village of Clinton Council of Wednesday, March 24th to order. Mayor and Council would like to acknowledge that we're within the traditional territory of the Secwepemc Nation. Before I ask for an adoption of the agenda, Mr. Daly, are there any additions?
No, there aren't.
Okay, thank you. Could I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
Councillor Burge, second.
Second it?
Councillor Ribbit. All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Minutes of the regular meeting of council dated March 10th, 2021. Could I have a motion to adopt those minutes?
So moved?
Councillor Ribbit, second.
Second it.
Councillor McElravy. Any errors, omissions, discussion? Hearing none. All in favor? Carried. We have no delegations. Mr. Daly, were there any questions from our webpage?
No, Madam Mayor.
Okay, thank you. So we'll move on to correspondence for action. Canadian Union of Postal Workers request for support for delivering community power. That's interesting. They're asking us to consider the attached resolution to have our municipality endorse the campaign for expanding services, financial viability, climate action, and all through leveraging our public postal system. So they've provided the resolution. Before I ask for a motion on this, any thoughts, councillors?
I got to be honest with you. I found it confusing.
Yeah, I did too.
I don't quite understand what they're asking for. I understand what they're saying, but what are they asking for? Like, what does it have to do with the environment?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Like, I really,
Are they asking for maybe like more support to get them walking back in the the mobile walking process, or?
It's they're covering a lot of things.
They
I think
are.
even in here they have the postal banking.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm not exactly clear on what their full
If you-
ask is.
If no one wants to make a motion on it, we can just leave it and carry on.
If I may, Mayor, as well, when I was reading through this, you're going through the union, right? The union request.
Yep.
Yep.
And this is something that, you think that Canada Post, I mean, in my thinking, I was reading this and think, well, they're mentioning all these changes that, of course, which is Canada Post has been going through in Canada. And of course, a big post office in Clinton is a big part of our community, and of course, we wanted to keep going, et cetera, et cetera. But same time too, I mean, I'm pretty sure Canada Post is on top of what's going on, you know what I mean? Like as far as the fact that, there's less mail, there's more passengers, et cetera, et cetera. And, and what Councillor Ritter was mentioning, exactly what are they asking for, et cetera, et cetera. That is a little vague on this as well. But, anyway, that was just my 2 cents as whether or not we want to get into, even though because the postal office is a big part of the community, I do see, okay, well, maybe there might be some input maybe needed, but it is a little vague in the sense of what they're asking, I thought.
It is rather vague.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We don't have to act on it if we don't want to. And with it not being very clear exactly what they're asking, that would be my suggestion.
I agree, Mayor.
So
Yeah.
we'll just
Yeah, I do too.
move on to the next one then. City of Victoria, letter asking for endorsement of the Help Cities Lead campaign to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. So, they're basically asking us to endorse the Help Cities Lead campaign and communicate the support directly to the province by writing to these ministers listed. Any thoughts on this one?
Would this not be something that would come up at UBCM?
It should.
Like, that's where I think it should be, and then you can, if you're seriously concerned, perhaps you can try to make an appointment with these ministers that they've listed.
Yep.
Madam Mayor, I think this would be a better place for it too, is the UBCM.
Okay.
Should be on a bigger level, I believe, as well. Rather than the roots level, I think it should be going to your local government authorities, like your LGMAs and stuff like that, and
Yep.
UBCMs.
Your local government associations. Yeah.
Yes, thank you,
You bet.
yes.
Yeah, my thoughts as well. Okay. So we'll move on to the next one. Clinton Minor Sports Association, letter requesting use of the fields at Elliott Park and RegCon Park for youth recreational sports. I'm not sure what the status is with the province right now for youth sports. I know they're allowed to have practices, but I don't think they're allowing any actual games yet.
No.
And parents aren't allowed to watch their kids play. With the COVID numbers rising the way they have the last few days, my suggestion would be that we revisit this in a couple of weeks and see if the government has changed, or the provincial health officer has changed any of these regulations.
I agree, Mayor, myself. I think the same thing, is that when you give, if you say, go ahead tonight, say, okay, we give you permission, and all of a sudden 2 weeks, you gotta take it back again, rather than just hold off, a little bit more on what's going on. And of course, that's something else coming up in the agenda as well, same idea, but, and maybe just a direction as staff to reply to that, if anybody else feels on the same page as the mayor and I.
Yep.
Yeah,
Got
sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So direction to staff to reply to this
Yep.
with our
That will,
thoughts?
yeah.
Okay. Katie Solstice, the Thompson-Nicola Regional District, reflective street numbers. This came from a discussion we had a while back. So the TNRD can assist us with pursuing a similar agreement that they have at the TNRD to purchase larger volumes of signs, if that is the way we want to go. So, your thoughts? Councillor
So-
Burge, you were the one that brought this
Yep.
up.
So from what I understand, or what it seems, that if some people want them, they can still go through the TNRD, is that correct? But if we want a large volume,
Right now, anyone who takes out a building permit has the opportunity to buy the reflective signs at that time
yeah,
for $15 on top of what their building
Yeah.
permit would be.
or they also say as an ad hoc
Yeah, we can
basis.
order them for individual residents of member municipalities, but if we want larger numbers, if we poll the community and say how many people want these, then they
Yeah.
can assist us to do that.
To do that. So I think the next step, and I'm not exactly sure how the most efficient way to do that, is to see who would want them at the $15. We can't force people to do it. And we can't afford to do it ourselves. And lots already do have the signs or some sort of good signage, so.
Maybe a mail out with the tax bills? With
With
this,
I think too, Mayor, that if I understand this correctly, they're saying ad hoc, you do it on a smaller scale, we're gonna charge you
Yes.
$15 a piece, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
yes,
And if we want to do it on a large scale, like you're saying, we're just gonna order a sign for every municipality in Clinton, and then that'd be on the village of Clinton to kind of do that, is that what I'm
It's not really clear in there, it just says they can assist the Village of Clinton in pursuing a similar agreement with the vendor.
Right, and so my thoughts would be on this is to roll it out would be on a stage plan where, you know, how it is when you put something out there and half the field, not even half, but low percentage of people will probably see it or respond to it, and then it takes a couple times until it sinks in. That maybe we might do it on 2 or 3 different times that we actually put it out there.
Right, like a
Yep.
rollout.
And then when they sign up, then I'm not sure what the numbers are that you need for asking, for the small amounts, but and then you might have a large amount at the beginning, but at least if we put it out there, and then you can order for that, and then all of a sudden, the neighbors start seeing their sign, and then you do it another couple months down the road, and another couple months down the road, maybe it might work that way. That was my thoughts on this.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
idea, so we don't
Yeah.
have to do it all at once.
Yeah,
Good
Yeah.
rollout.
and then that gives people some time to,
Yeah,
Decide.
it's just human nature, right? I think you roll it on a slow roll, you do it once, twice, maybe 3 times over the year, and then by the 3rd time, hopefully you'll get a high percentage. By that time, you'll have most of the participants, or the ones that don't have it, will be buying it. $15, that's a great price.
yeah.
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 Yeah, because I think they were 40 when we got them, or got ours.
I can't remember what they were, I know I
Yeah,
got them.
and,
That'd be my 2 cents.
yeah, and if we put it out somehow to people that this is a safety thing, it is for their, if they need help, how is people going to find them, so.
So we can put it on our webpage, we can put it on our Facebook page, and then when the tax bills go out, if we put a notice in with that,
Yeah,
kind of as the third thing.
kind of
then-
thing, yeah, to reach people. Yeah,
Yeah, and let's have a plan. Let's just make up a plan, have staff make up a plan. Say we're gonna do it, well, how many times are we gonna do it this year? And then have a little rollout of it, right? Say, the first step, we're gonna be doing these for extension honor, sign up, and then it'll be available at this, and the next one, I think. So, and then they can put it on our social media and our whatever sites.
yeah,
That makes any sense.
So basically direction to staff to come up with a plan on how to roll it out.
Yeah, I guess so.
sorry.
I guess actually, the question is to Murray, to CEO, that whether if they staff at the time, et cetera, yes, as well, like, right, we just kind of throwing it on too. Because
Yeah.
it might seem small, it might be a big, I'm not sure. In their mind, there might be.
Mr. Daly, do you have an answer to that?
Not at this time.
So
We'll
at
have
this
a look
point,
at
we'll
it.
give direction to staff to look into it.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, correspondence for information. So if anyone wants to speak to any of these, they can stop me. City of Prince George opioid crisis and call for overdose action plan. City of Williams Lake call for public inquiry, stronger sentencing for prolific and repeat offenders. Again, that's one that should go to UBCM.
Mhm.
Environment and Climate Action Change Canada, consultation on amending Schedule 1 of the Species at Risk Act. Glencore Canada, notice of application for Crown land tenure for Brenda mine site, which is nowhere near Clinton.
No, it's not.
Interior Health, more than 40 COVID-19 vaccine clinics to open throughout the region. SILGA, 2021 SILGA Community Excellence Award winners. And Township of Spalumsheen, letter for support for 988 crisis line. I didn't know there was a 988 crisis line, but
It's-
maybe we should be putting that on our webpage for people who may need it. And then reading file from March 5th to March 18th. And there's 19 items there, again, most of them from Interior Health. So if anyone has a burning desire to read those, they can ask at the counter, and I'm sure staff will oblige. If we could receive those for information, please. Administrative reports, CAO, none. Chief Financial Officer, allocation of a donation. I will ask our Chief Financial Officer to explain this one, please.
Okay, we received a donation. The reason why it came to the village is because it's a large donation and we wanted the tax rebate. So in order to do that, it comes to the village only if the village is willing to pass the donation on to the request of the donor to the Assisted Living Society. So
Okay.
basically, we need council's approval to pass that money on if that's what you decide to do.
So this donation was actually made for the Clinton District Assisted Living Society?
Yes.
Okay. But came through the village. All right, so there is a recommendation there. Would someone care to move that?
I'll make the motion that council approve the $10,000 donation received by the Village of Clinton to be issued to the Clinton Assisted Living Society for the housing project.
Clinton and District Assisted Living Society. Seconder,
I'll second it.
any discussion on that?
If I may, Mayor?
Yes.
Just a question for our CFO. So, besides the time by staff to do this, is there any financial, I know it's not on, there's still no plans on none, but it's just an in and out type of thing as far as that goes, or it's just more of the time of staff?
So there's no administration fee to handle this money, it's just in and out?
Yeah, just in and out.
Okay. Does that answer your question, Councillor Park?
Yeah, I just meant the bookkeeping end of things. It's not a big deal, I guess.
No.
For down the road, we're doing our audits, et cetera, et cetera. That would be it.
Okay. Any more discussion on that? All in favor? Carried. Okay, staff report to council, reopening of the fitness room. I don't know about the rest of you, but I've been receiving questions again of when we're going to reopen the fitness room. I mean, the weather was nice that people could be outside, but the last couple of days haven't been so nice. There's a report there from our staff with a recommendation that we postpone that until the provincial health order has been lifted. Any discussion on that?
If I may.
Councillor Burridge?
I think we've gone this long with it closed, that we can wait a little bit longer. It's unfortunate, of course, but
Yeah.
like you said, the weather will start improving here. And as I remember in the past, when it was open, this would be the decline in people accessing it. So, and I think just the extra financial
I
cost.
concur as well with Councillor Words that, and the biggest thing too is when I'm reading this is that you realize that when you're only going to be able to allow one person in at a time, so it's not like your impact is like you could have a 20-person facility and you're in there, you're at 20 people in there. It's like you're allowed one person at a time, and they have to book in advance. That I don't know. It's not like you're turning. It doesn't seem as like it's got as big as a burden when you're eliminating that, right? I concur with the recommendation of that when it was written here not to open it again until
Yeah.
such time.
Yeah, with the current guidelines and the amount of space you have to have per patron, it just doesn't make sense in a room that size.
And not to mention the cost, of course, right? I understand it'll be covered by portion, but I mean that's $15,000, and I don't see the bang for the buck there myself.
Yeah. So would someone care to move that recommendation?
I'll make the recommendation that council directs staff to postpone any plans to reopen the village fitness room until such time the provincial health order has been lifted and normal operations of the fitness room may resume.
Seconder?
Go ahead.
Councillor Burridge?
One of
Okay,
us?
any more discussion on that? All in favor? Carried.
Right.
Okay, Community Development Coordinator, no report. Public Works, none. Fire Department. Councillor Park, would you care to take this?
Just, they've had a few call-outs, as you can see, so just received for information. I talked about the meeting last council meeting. They actually did have one fire, believe it or not, after all these NDI stuff. Not that there was a lot of NDIs, but they mostly never see a fire. There was a little bit of a problem up by where all the chipping logs are, so they had an issue up there,
Oh.
I mentioned.
Okay,
So that's it.
so receive for information. Animal control, none. Committees, none. Bylaws and policies, none. Council reports. Okay, my report is there. The only thing I have to add, April 8th, I have a teleconference with the Minister of Municipal Affairs, Josie Osborne, and about 20 other mayors. We get an hour and we each get 2 minutes to bring anything to her attention that we feel she needs to be aware of. Other than that, there's my report. Any questions?
If I can, Mayor,
Yes?
it's not specifically something that's on your report, but something that may be brought to the TNRD, and if it already has already, the director has had somebody asking about, and I think this might have come up before in council meetings, was regarding remember how they kind of have the free take one, leave one kind of thing up at the TNRD site?
The share shed.
A share shed?
That was possible at ours, and I believe that's probably come up before. Does that ring any bells to you, Mayor?
Are you referring to a share shed?
Exactly, the share shed thing.
Yeah, that has come up at the TNRD a few times, and they have said categorically they do not want to have share sheds.
Right.
Because
That's what I
there,
thought, yeah.
because there was an incident when they did have share sheds where someone took an electrical appliance home, plugged it in, and started a fire in their house. So they do not want that liability.
Exactly, that's pretty well what I told the questions that were asked, but I said probably a liability thing, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's come up before, but I just wanted to reiterate it, because it did come
Yeah,
up.
it has come up before, and that was the response I got at that time. Okay, any other questions on my report? Okay, Councillor Burridge?
Unfortunately, I've had nothing because I need to have some stuff put on my plate.
Oh, well, have I got some? You're asking for it now.
So the only other thing is the Easter update. So we've got the anagram contest going with the hidden rocks, and the Easter Bunny's going to do a drive-by
I saw that.
through the town. Yes.
Good.
There you go.
Any questions for Councillor Burridge? Does anyone want to give up anything on their portfolios so she'll have more to do?
I'm conflicted.
We will discuss that, yes.
Yes. We'll
Councillor McElravy.
I don't really have much going on either. Gold Trail did have a meeting last week that I cannot speak of, and nor did I was able to attend for school reasons. Communities in Bloom, their CD Sunday is coming up on April 11th, so that'll be like an outdoor event, so watch for that. And that's pretty much it.
Okay, any questions for Councillor McElravy? No. Councillor Park.
Nothing, no meetings to report to the council at this meeting.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Rivet.
Just what's there.
Busy, busy, busy. It's really great to see the roof going on the seniors facility.
Yeah, I thought I was excited when I started to see the windows going in.
It's taking shape.
Yep.
Yes. Good. Any questions for Councillor Rivet on her report? Hearing none, could we have those received for information, please? We have no new business. The list of outstanding council previous action items. Animal control bylaw Review the Animal Regulation Control and Licensing Bylaw in progress. The South Caribou Museum Society, that council directs staff to coordinate the changing of the picture in Robertson Square, that's in progress. Museum Society, investigate potential locations for Museum Society to access archives, that's completed. And Public Works Road paving, request for proposal for paving of those roads that were identified is in progress. Any questions for CAO Daly on those? Nope. Okay. Calendar of events, we have the volunteer income tax preparation with the 2 individuals who are doing those for people. Receive that for information. We have no in camera. So could I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved?
We are adjourned.